Hi everyone. I hope you are all fine and that you are all safe. Today's lesson revolves around writing business letters, all that you need in order to write good business letters. The lesson falls into many parts. Now we'll talk about generic rules, the body of the letter, that is what it includes, and at the end I'm going to give you some samples of business letters. 7 principles characterize good business letters. And by some coincidence, they all start by letter C. 1. They must be clear. These business letters must be clear. This means they must be direct and obvious. And the writer must avoid redundancy, that is, repeating himself now and then. 2. Business letters, good ones, are concise. This means saying a lot of things or a lot of ideas in a few words. 3. Concrete. A good business letter must be concrete. This means that we should avoid metaphors and any figurative language. It must be practical, it must be tangible, not abstract or imaginary. We must go to the point directly and write about what we want to write. Another principle is that a business letter must be correct. And here we talk about accuracy, correcting grammar, correcting the ideas we are talking about or we are discussing. That is what we are writing, what is our objective behind the letter. It must be exact, precise, and above all approved by the reader, the one who is going to receive that letter. The next principle is linked to coherence. A good business letter must be coherent. Now, this means it must be characterized by consistency and lucidity. Ideas must be sticking together in that letter. The next principle. A good business letter is one which is complete. Now, this means it must include all components, all the ideas that you would like to deal with in that letter. This is one. And second, it must have an introduction, which we call the start or the beginning of that letter, the body in which you discuss what you would like to talk about or to deal with regarding the addressee, the person you are addressing, and a conclusion. It must also have a conclusion. So this means it must be comprehensive as a whole. It must be a whole. It must be total, thorough. The British say all or none. All or none, that's a good expression. That is, writes everything or nothing. That is, it must be a complete letter. The seventh and probably the last principle is that a business letter, a good one, must be courteous, or the writer must be courteous in that letter. Courtesy is a good characteristic. The writer must be nice, polite, gallant, and respectful. Here, you use expressions of politeness. We saw this before in previous lessons, like would, could, and please at the end of your sentences, because you want, to have a good impression on the receivers of your letter, or the receiver of your letter. The layout. Remember to place your address or your company's address at the top of the letter. Then it is followed by the address of the company you're writing to. Sometimes you might have the company's letterhead, the logo of the company and stuff, which you put always on the top, in the middle. Then the date can either be placed double-spaced down or to the right. Look at these two samples. First one, address is on the right, and then beneath is the date. Then another space, double space, and then the address of the company we're writing to. The second example, or the second layout, is the address of the writer, then double space, followed by the address of the company we're writing to, and then space, and then the date. The layout of a business letter. This can at times be confusing because you might find different layouts and then you will be confused which one is the right one. Well, don't panic and take it easy. In general, there are two different layouts, the British and the American. The British way, we put the address of the sender top of the page on the right, then a double space, and underneath we put the date. Then on the left we put the address of the company we are writing to, a salutation, the body of the letter, and conclusion, and the signature. The American way looks like this. On the left top you write the sender's address, your address, then the receiver's address after a double space, then after another double space the date, salutation, the body of the letter, concluding statements or the closure of the letter, the end of the letter, and your signature. So don't panic, take it easy, both are correct, but just write good letters. Second, the body of the business letter, the start, the beginning. Now the beginning is always a salutation. You can find to whom it may concern, which is very formal, and it is used when we don't know who we are writing to. Another one, dear madam or sir. Now here, if you don't know whether you are addressing a male or a female, you can also find dear sirs, and this is used when you are addressing whole departments, that is groups of people. However, when we know the addressee, we can use the following salutations, as in this, dear Dr. or Mr., Mrs., Miss, Ms. Smith. Now here we know the person, but we are in a formal relationship with the person, not a close one. Now remember that when we don't know the marital status of a woman, we use Ms. or Ms. unless we are asked to use Mrs. or Miss because the lady tells us so. We can also say, dear personal director. Here we use the job of the person we are writing to. Or if we are in a close relationship with a person, we can simply say, dear Fatima, dear Janet, etc. We often start a business letter by referring to previous contact. And in here we use expressions like these ones, with reference to or regarding. For instance, with reference to your advertisement in the Times, I'm writing to ask for possibilities to be recruited in your company. Regarding your letter 23rd of March, I'm writing to get more information about a discount. Or regarding your phone call today, I'm writing to confirm my coming to the next meeting. You can also start a business letter by thanking the addressee. So you can use an expression like this one. Thank you for your letter regarding the shipment of goods. Or you can simply go directly to the reason behind writing, the reason for writing, and you say, I'm writing to inquire about the last order I put for the 20 computers or whatever, that is the order you put last month. Or we, and in here you are talking on behalf of the other employees of your company. Or you can take the responsibility and talk in person and say, I recently wrote to you about the designing of a flyer for the new product. Or in reply to your letter of 8th May, we are sorry to inform you that we are out of stock, for example. Many people would like to go directly to the reason for writing, and they say, I'm writing to inquire about this or that. I'm writing to apologize for example, not being able to attend the conference of the next month. I'm writing to confirm receipt of the products. Or While this is very common, I'm writing to complain about the bad quality of the products you shipped me last week. In business letters, requesting is quite frequent because people want to know more and more. Look at these situations. Could you possibly send us the latest newsletter concerning your products? Another one, we would appreciate it if you could ship the goods before the end of the month. I would like to know, another one, I would like to know if there are possibilities for a discount. And would you be so kind as to provide us with more information of how to operate the new product? Agreeing to requests. The company you sent a letter to making requests is answering you here. And we can use these expressions. I would be delighted to, we would be happy to. Would you like us to answer the question? We are quite willing to. So I will take just one. I would be delighted to send you the latest newsletter or the latest catalog, including all the price list and all necessary information concerning the new products in our company. Sometimes we write because we want to give good news, and we use these expressions. Remember them. We are pleased to announce that. I'm delighted to inform you that. You will be pleased to know that. For instance, I'm delighted to inform you that you are accepted for the new post. Life is not all roses, as they say. Sometimes we write because we want to give some bad news, and we use these expressions. Unfortunately, we are unable to recruit you. I'm afraid it will not be possible to ship the goods you ordered because we are out of stock. We regret to inform you that the meeting will not take place next month. So this is somehow negative. Apologizing. And here we apologize for something, a delay, an inconvenience, because we don't want to lose that, business relationship with our loyal, customers. So we use these expressions. We are sorry for the delay in replying. Here we didn't reply in due time. I regret any inconvenience caused after the shipment. I would like to apologize for not being able to attend the conference last week. Enclosing documents. In a business letter, we often enclose documents, which means we attach them. And here we use expressions like the following. We are pleased to enclose. Enclosed you will find. We enclose. Please find the enclosed. And I will take just one example and say, enclosed you will find our sales figures, an invoice, a report of last month's or last year's transactions in business between us, or please find enclosed a price list. The end of the business letter. Now there are quite a number of good expressions to end your business letters, such as the following. Thank you for your help. If we can be of any further assistance, please let us know. Should you have any further queries, please do not hesitate to contact us. Please contact us again if we can help in any way, or if there are any problems, or if you have any further questions. Reference to future contact. Now, it is healthy to keep business relationships going on, and at the end of your letter, you keep that contact, that future contact, by saying, for example, if you require any further information, feel free to contact me. We look forward to a successful working relationship in the future. Should you need any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would appreciate your immediate attention to this matter. Here, if you have discussed, a problem with them in the letter, or simply, and this is quite frequent again, I look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to meeting you next Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, or I look forward to your reply. The finish. Business letters are complete when they have a complementary clause. And this can be done in the following ways. When we don't know the recipient's name, yours faithfully, and then your signature. When you know the recipient's name, yours sincerely, and your signature. When addressing good friends, best wishes, best regards, kind regards, and then your signature afterwards. Samples. These are, two samples of business letters. Please pause the video and have a look at them. Pay careful attention to the addresses, to the date, to the salutation, to the body, to the end of the letter, to the complimentary clause, and to the signature. Here is one, and here is another, the American way. The first one was the British way, was about the British way. My lesson has come to an end. So exhaustive, isn't it? Well, I'm happy you have enjoyed it, and I'm sure you will. Please, if you have any queries and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, don't hesitate, and send me your comments after the video. Thank you very much, and ta-ta for now.